the optics of, hey, we brought these 70-year-olds to a resort and got them high is so funny.
I
We
mean,
drugged these elderly people.
it's like a Mr. Beast video. Today, today I'm bringing old people to a resort and drugging them.
70 years old, 70 milligrams. Let's see what happens. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this episode of BachMakers. Make sure to
Like
comment.
and subscribe.
Thanks for watching. Keep watching. Hello everyone, welcome back to BachMakers presented by Good Time Media, aka your girlfriend's favorite podcast. I'm Wyatt. That's Michael. Today we are talking about week 4, episode 5, Bachelor in Paradise. A lot of bird jokes, not a lot of bombshells, a couple bombshells that kind of throw a little wrench in the chaos or wrench in the picture here because we're starting to couple up and move towards Survivor here. But Michael, overall, what do you think of this episode?
The final bombshells, may I add.
Yeah.
We know that because the teaser, they said there's no more people coming in. That this is it. We have no new people after Alicia. So, welcome.
The cast is set.
The cast is set. I liked the episode as a whole. Did the ending? I didn't love kind of the teaser for next week. Didn't get me like hooked for next week, which I was like, all right. I think at this point of the season, you kind of need those. You kind of need those because especially with people knowing there's no new people coming in and no surprise there, you kind of need something to grasp onto. And we obviously had that big teaser at the end of last week's episode, but we didn't get another like teaser. So I don't know. Feed us.
Yeah. It does feel like they teased the same thing for multiple weeks. Like they're teasing that switch of the $500,000, like which they haven't actually told them on camera, right?
No, it's gonna happen at the next rose ceremony. But like they haven't had that. Why did that rose ceremony happen last night? What?
So weird. So they don't know that no one else is coming, right? At this point?
Not yet. And
That's
so
great.
there's
That's going to be so disappointing for
everybody.
Leia.
Almost everybody. Almost
And the
everybody's
Goldens.
gonna be. Yeah, well, the Goldens probably figured that when there was 3 guys there and they haven't still brought in another 4th guy, they're probably like, all right, I think our time here's done. And they know that there's only one season of people they can even choose from. So it's like, yeah, they can't bring any more guys because there's not a lot of guys left.
Yeah. And we theorized this last week, but I don't think there's anything from any trailer involving Goldens that we haven't seen. So at this point, I don't know what's going to happen with them. I think they're just going to opt out of this survivor mode version of Bachelor Pad.
Okay.
I think they're just gonna be like, hey, we'll stay in the resort and hang out for a bit and chill if that's all right. If that's all right with everyone. Like, because you don't see them in any of those previews. It's just the youngins.
And we do know it's about to be a red wedding for these Goldens. How there's 3 guys and 7 girls, right? 7. 4 of them will be going home.
Let's do the math.
Or 6
Leslie,
Ellen, Faith.
Ellen is not there.
Ellen.
Ellen. Second one you got wrong.
Nancy. God, I always call Nancy Ellen. Ugh.
Nancy, Faith, Leslie, Natasha, April, Kathy.
That's it.
I feel like we're missing one.
No, that's it.
That might be it. Sorry for forgetting someone.
That's it.
Apologies.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna
be
lose
going home.
3 of them.
Then it's just 3 couples. I don't know. I think at this point we're gonna have the rose ceremony. They're gonna make that announcement. I say you just don't have the rose ceremony for the Goldens. Just keep them there. Keep all 9 of them there. Keep all 3 of the dudes. With if anything, bring some of the dudes back that got sent home. Just have them hang out.
Let them hang out.
And just have them show some clips of them hanging out. This is all we wanted in the first place when we suggested this kind of we suggested a cruise version of Paradise for the Goldens. We just want some refreshing breath of fresh air.
Yeah, refreshing air. That's refreshing. I think they should just like the first 10 minutes of the episode should be Goldens hanging out, and then do your Survivor mode, whatever we got to do. I'm fine with that. Let's get in the episode. First thing I want to talk about, and this is kind of episode related, more overall season. I'm ready to say it. The new intro rocks. I'm going to argue better than the old intro. I like this intro better than old Paradise intro. I like the vibe of it where it's like the fast motion. They come up to the camera, do the little thing, and then leave. It's high energy. It's fun. It's flirty. I'm in. I'm fully in on it. I maybe need to rewatch the old intros, but I'm a big fan of this intro.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of disagree. I like the old intro. It's more like playful, but I do think that this intro perfectly matches the vibe of this year's Paradise, and so that's why they're doing it. And I do like the camera quality. It's insane. It's literally like your eyesight in this, and they get all the way up close to it. But it is cool how they do like the night and the day thing, and then they fast motion and kind of thing like that. It's probably easy for them. Like filming this intro is easy. They just set up a camera and said, "Hey, walk in front of the camera, say what's up, do a little flex," and they all do the same. Check my hair. Come on, can we think of something else, guys? Thank you. Um, I wonder if they had them like change it every now and then. I don't know. Like I feel like it's been the same. We've seen the same Jeremy and Spencer one since the jump. Like
Yeah.
I feel like at some point you'd be like, "Yo, let's re-record your intro. You've been here long enough." Like, but
I think they'll keep it, but who knows? So the episode starts, Faith comes in on her horse, which no arms, just out like a badass,
she's a
coming in
pro.
hot. She's a pro. The three golden men who are left are ecstatic because Faith rocks. Uh, I'm surprised Faith and Nancy weren't there from the jump. Again, I would love to be in the conversation where they decide who's there at the start because I would have done things a lot differently with some of the people who were there at the beginning and some people who weren't there at the beginning. But that's not my decision to make. The three Goldens are excited. Faith probably less excited when she walks in and sees these are the options. And I argued, so I just did Claire and Emma's podcast. Go watch that recap if you want. I argued there, Gary's the only option. He really is the only option for someone who comes in at this point. Because if you're Faith, you're looking, all right, we have Kim. Love him. Love Kim. He's a little bit of an acquired taste, right? There's a little bit of, all right, I don't know if Kim's the right one for me. Keith, he's done better in Paradise, struggles to talk to women. And then you have
True.
Gary, who is this high energy, exciting person, loves to be there, fun, happy go lucky. Like you're going to gravitate towards Gary no matter what. So like it feels like Gary is in like full control of this golden season right now.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, all of the girls, like Nancy pulled Gary for the date, which I thought that was crazy, And then even Faith was chatting up Gary a bit. Like Gary's just his game is insane,
It's
insane.
nuts.
Like he's really the king of paradise for sure. I mean, early front runner for MVP of paradise, golden or not, right? So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, it's good seeing Faith, and obviously she gravitated towards someone we didn't really expect with Kim. I guess
Yeah.
Kim's Captain Kim. Go for him, go for it. But
Props to him. Let's talk about so briefly before things got even more heated between Kat and Dale. They had a little bit of conflict resolution this morning, where they were like, "Hey, sorry, let's kiss," and then let's have these conversations. Like, Kat is coming across so well in terms of she's keeping it together. She's not hurricane
mhm.
catting, which is great. We love to see a redemption arc a little bit. And get she has every right to Hurricane Cat. If she wants a
Yeah,
Hurricane Cat, I will back her up. I will be
I
like, I'm
kind
in
of
the
want to see
storm.
it. I want to see
Oh
Hurricane
yeah.
Cat. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I want that. Like, and I don't even think that's a bad thing. I don't think
Yeah.
hurricaning is that bad. Like,
Yeah.
go crazy a bit. That's
There are
TV.
justified crash outs. That would be a justified crash out. I would crash out in that situation with the way Dale is handling things, which we will get to because
Yeah,
my goodness, Dale is so stupid.
yeah. It's
And
almost
like
like Dale's using Alicia as a scapegoat.
I can't understand Dale's lack of awareness or just It's unbelievable. But we'll get to that when we get to Birds of the Feather when Alisha shows up. Let's go to Nancy and Gary's date because that was that night while the Birds of the Feather, Birds of Paradise was happening. Nancy and Gary's date, they trip balls on cacao, which is not a hallucinogenic. So, what I am wondering,
They were high.
Gary,
I think
how?
they were actually high. Because then
The
they came
placebo
back and
effect.
not even placebo effect. Well, sometimes if you're like watching like maybe like a Tim Robinson sketch or something like that, you're like, I'm not high, but I feel high. They probably got to that point, or they actually just did edibles. I don't think that's that crazy of a thing. I think they actually just got high and just they couldn't explicitly say it because the way that Gary and Nancy were acting when they got back to the villa resort, it kind of seemed like a little bit like they seemed off. They seemed off, and it wasn't just that experience, and they were calm and centered. Like, no, I think they were stoned. Period.
I like that take that they just actually just did edibles and they're like, we can't say that on TV because we can't. The optics of, hey, we brought these 70-year-olds to a resort and got them high is so funny.
I
We
mean,
drugged these elderly people.
it's like a Mr. Beast video. Today I'm bringing old people to a resort and drugging them.
70 years old, 70 milligrams. Let's see what happens.
Actually, though.
That's the thumbnail. It's before and after.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a crazy date. I don't know if there was much romantic spark between Gary and Nancy. It was more just a weird. The emphasis of the date was how weird it was and like how like loopy and out of it they were. There was the moment at the beginning where the lady who was running the date said, "Hey, by the way, no penetration, please."
Gary's face.
I would like, yeah, I would like to make the argument that that should be a date rule across the board for all nationally televised shows.
What,
Maybe no penetration. No penetration, please. That should just be a sign over. I don't think we need to explicitly say it.
Just so we can get the reactions, because Gary, his little like side eye, he did a little side eye to Nancy, and I was dying. Nancy didn't react to it, but I was dying. I was like, Gary, you funny. He's funny. He's a funny guy.
That would be funny if they start adding that to every single date. It's like, hey, by the way, guys, just no penetration, please. That'd be great.
By the way, you can't penetrate.
You can't.
Sorry.
You can't. Sorry. House rules. We're in a different country. There's no penetration here, please.
Not allowed.
Yeah, they do. They get back, and Gary immediately is like, "Where's the bar? Bar closed? What's happening?" Which was great.
I just thought back to real Secret Lives of Women Wives, and I'm like, maybe they actually have those rules there, you know?
Yeah.
Mormons. But
Mormons.
I do want to shout out the editing on that date. I feel like that went crazy. The whole effects and the hallucinogenics and like the whole that was cool. I think it was really cool because I felt like part of their date, you know? I felt like I was like, whoa, watch this. I'm like, good thing I'm not high right now because I would be really tripping if I was watching this high. So I want to shout out the producers and the editors there.
That was one of those moments where if I was watching that and my roommates walked in, I wouldn't be able to justify what I was watching.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like, I don't know how to explain this. I'm watching two 70-year-olds trip balls on a date in Costa Rica. So, yeah. I don't know. But it was fun. I don't know if there's a connection between Nancy and Gary long term. I think that's why they played it up for laughs as much as they did, because it wasn't more of a romantic thing. It was more of a friendly, weird experience together. But while all of that is happening, back at the main resort, we have
Leia and Jonathan's date.
Oh yeah, Leia and Jonathan's date was before that.
But it was like kind of at the same time though. It was like
it
was like
yes
6-7 minutes. Okay, sorry.
Yes, Jonathan and Leia's date. So Jonathan and Leia are friends. They knew each other before this. So Jonathan is also the only single person here. So Leia just takes him on the date and
And
is somewhat open to it becoming romantic.
clearly his
And
friends. Just
This is the most
clearly
friend
friends.
date of all time.
I've seen some TikToks saying, "Oh, is this a slow burn? Is this a friends to lovers trope?" Look, I'm a big fan of the friends to lovers trope. One, the phrase, so sick. This is not that. This is not. They are friends, period.
Hmm.
I don't know what y'all said.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
the only thing that will like give you some inkling of maybe it's more than that is just Leia, because Leia loves to talk. And I
Yeah.
love her. I love Princess Leia, but she's gonna ramble and say some stuff and gas herself up as she should. But some of those lines can be taken out of context and make it seem like, oh, maybe it's a romantic thing. No, this is the most friend date of all time.
Yes.
Also, if it wasn't, Jonathan is like the worst dater of all time. Like he was acting like he was with one of the guys. He was just hanging
Yeah.
out. He was spitting his pie, coconut out the whole time. Like he was just with one of
Okay.
the boys.
I mean, that would get annoying if like you kept getting the coconut stuck in your, mouth.
Stop drinking it. She said it was like, hey, stop doing that. They just kept
Yeah.
doing it,
Yeah, that's
which is
true.
what you would do with one of your girlfriends.
Well, and not to mention that Jonathan did right after that date go back to the resort and pretty much hit on Kat. Pretty
Yeah,
much. So
almost
like
immediately.
it's like, oh, let me just like while I'm at it, like try to break up Kat and Dale again for like the
Yeah.
fourth time.
Shoot, yeah, it's been 5 hours since I've tried to break Cat and Dale up. Maybe I should get back on that.
Exactly.
So yeah, that date, the most friend date of all time. Where do we stand with Jonathan at this point? I feel like he's had a tough run, but a lot of it is self-inflicted. So I don't like. It's not like he's been given a short end of the stick because,
Yeah.
no pun intended, medium king. Because he's had more dates than anybody. He's gone on like 4 dates this entire Paradise trip.
4 dates.
Didn't he go on one with?
Dude, I think that was
I
his first
can't
date.
remember. That was not his first date. That's not true.
He didn't go with Jill. He didn't go
He
with
went
Kat.
on. No, I'm being gaslit right now. Who did Jonathan go on a date with? Did he
Oh,
go on one
oh,
with
oh,
Alex?
Allie Joe. Allie Joe.
Did he go on
Allie
Alex?
Joe.
Ali Joe? Did he
Alex,
go on a date with
no.
Alex?
No. Alex went with Alex didn't even go with Jonathan. Jonathan took Bailey. Not Jonathan, Andrew. No, he didn't go on a date
Oh,
with
he did
Alex.
a Twister date with Jill. What are we talking about?
That was a friend date. Doesn't count.
It's
Doesn't
what
count.
do you mean? It's still a date. Yeah, so he's been on at least 3 dates. I feel like I'm missing one. Come on.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
been
I'll
on a
give
lot
you
of
that.
dates. So he
Three
had.
dates.
Well, all I'm saying is he has not. It's not like he's been screwed over by production. He's given every opportunity to find some
Yeah.
love here. And it's
I
just not
think
working out for him.
this person's just might not be there. It might not be, and maybe even in Bachelor Nation. I think that's maybe a over. Maybe this person's just on the, maybe at a coffee shop somewhere, waiting for
Yeah,
him to stroll up.
we watch reality TV for a ton of different reasons, but most importantly, it's just an opportunity to kick our feet up, turn our brain off, and relax. And at that point, all you need is the best snack to top it all off. Here at BachMakers, we prefer El Capitan's Decadent Crunch Tortilla Chips. These are not just chips, people. You can pick up the sweet cinnamon pack, which I'm going to be honest is my personal favorite, and snack on those during the rose ceremonies, or pair up the other flavors with some dip before the final rose is given out. You can try them now, get 10% off your order, and help support everything we have here at Good Time with promo code Good Time. Enjoy the rest of the episode. Sidebar, we just mentioned her, Ali Joe, and the main thing have hard launched on Instagram. Sam M and
Crazy.
Ali Joe are officially the first couple to come out of Bachelor in Paradise. They were both on this season at different times. They never overlapped. It would have been electric if they were on this show
I know.
for the physical challenges,
Yeah,
because that's a super team.
that's a power team, and they both aren't afraid to speak their mind and cause drama.
Yeah.
When it gets to the point where they're trying to break up other couples, they wouldn't give a shit. They would just absolutely try to destroy them. Like they would have probably won the season. Now that I'm thinking about it, holy shit, they probably would have won. They probably would have
Yeah.
broken every other couple up and been like, "I am taking this. which
They would have
would
gone
have been
backs
sick.
against each other and just taken out every single person along their way. Like the
That's on
producers,
production. That's
you
on
got to
production.
realize, hey, Ali Joe was like pretty clear. Hey, I was there for Sam M. Sam M. I don't know if he was like 100% set on her going in,
Yeah.
but once you find out there's maybe a connection there, even if it happens later after they're both bring them back. Bring back the couple. But hey, we got a new couple entering the villa, not new like singles. We got a couple coming back because you can
Especially,
do that now.
yeah, especially when there's no new bombshells. When it's the point where
Mhm.
it's just couples, bring in a new
Yeah,
couple.
yeah,
Why not? Yeah, why not? One more thing about Jonathan and Leia date before we move on from that.
yeah.
There's a quote from Jonathan that was just straight up bars. And it was like, I don't want Batman and Robin. I want Superman and Superwoman. Bars.
I
Bars.
hated that. I hated
You
that line so
really?
much.
That
Okay,
was
well, I
like,
mean, 'cause
that's
if you
crazy.
think about the context just a little bit, Batman and Robin. Robin is a child.
And they're the
Batman is
same. Yeah.
Batman,
And they're
and
like
yeah,
not dating. It's more of a
yeah.
brother relationship.
It's more of like a father-son relationship, from what I'm aware of. Batman and
I don't,
Robin.
I'm not that big into
It's
DC.
not that big of an age gap, but he's like Robin's younger. It'd be like a Leo DiCaprio and whoever he's dating these days. Pretty big
24 year
age
old.
gap there.
Yeah. Hmm.
And I don't know if Superman and Wonder Woman are like pals like that. So I don't know the comic book lore there. Didn't love that. I think he just pulled that one out of his ass. Don't
Didn't
blame him though.
Superman date what's her
Lois
name?
Lois Lane.
Lois? Hey Lois. Yeah.
Miss Lane. I saw Superman again last night. That's a movie I saw. It's
You
a
seen
good movie. Good
twice?
flick. I was very sleepy the first time I watched it, so I wanted to give it a fairer chance. Similar score. I'm still about like 80, 81 out of 100. So
Okay.
I like Fantastic Four better. That's my movie talk for the day because I'm about to film that review later. Anyways, let's get into it. Birds of Paradise date.
Birds of a feather, we should stay together.
Together.
That's all I was thinking
I
about.
hated everything about this date.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Wasn't a
100%
fan.
agreed. This is hey, let's dip our foot into trying to be similar to Love Island and get a little risque. But if you just dip your foot and you don't jump in the pool, it's really really awkward, like very
Hmm.
awkward. Because then you have
Hmm.
these couples dancing in front of the rest of the couples with the Goldens there, and it's very strange, very very strange. Because they're not going all the way out dancing. It's not like Huda and Ace up in here. They're not going crazy, and it's just like an awkward Alex and Andrew when they were the first people kind of dancing together. So weird. It was
Yeah.
so awkward because they weren't really going fully at it, but they weren't not going at it. So it was like, yeah, it was a third
It
party embarrassment, third hand
it
embarrassment.
was probably more awkward in person too, because I can't imagine the music we're hearing is like that's all we
Edited, yeah.
hear. Edited, you add it in post. Very tough. Highlights. Not Jonathan. Jeremy had like a WWE type entrance, which was
Hmm.
great.
With the
Smashing the
eggs,
eggs,
cracking the eggs
which
on his
is
chest.
which is kind of absurd when you think of the context that they're dressing up as birds. Like that's murder. You're killing your own kind. Just smashing eggs on yourself because he's a bird. He's Big
Well,
Bird and he's
that's
taking young children.
well, but the eggs he smashed aren't like bird eggs, because there's no like little birds in them. Like they're egg yolks, so like it's kind of like chicken or the egg thing.
I don't think it's chicken or the egg thing,
Well,
but I don't
bird
know.
of the
You try to squeeze that in there. I don't think that works at all in this situation.
it's like the bird of the egg thing.
It's like the birds and the bees.
No, there's no bees. Actually, there was some bees because
There's
oh
no
wait, no,
chickens either.
there's feathers though. Chickens have
There's
feathers.
feathers, lots of feathers. So highlights: Jeremy's entrance was kind of fun.
Sean gave a
Keith,
show.
Sean made out with April,
Yeah,
which
and took off his underwear and threw it at Hannah Brown. That's
yeah,
crazy.
I liked his strategy of hey, I can't dance, so I'm just gonna do something very absurd,
Yeah,
and that absurdity is going to be body shot off April.
And then
Which
making out, they kissed.
yeah, they straight up kissed, which was a
That's
little
sick.
sick. Shout out Sean.
Oh, it's a little weird. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Those
that's
are
what I was
really
gonna
my
say.
only my highlights. Low lights include Brian, whatever he was doing with his hair. Hated that. He looked like a member of Kiss. Um, what else did I like? Oh, Dale. Let's talk about Dale and Alisha now. This is kind of like the big thing to come out of this date. When he walks out, he dances with Kat a little bit. Then Alisha steps in and starts dancing a little bit. And I don't know if you caught this. Dale said something along the lines of, "What's this?" Like he didn't even say like, "Who is this?" He said, "What's this? Is this new?" That's what he said. He said, "Is this new?" Pointing to a woman and saying, "Is this new?" Dale was
What
like
is
a
this
kid
you
at
see?
Dale was like a kid at Christmas. He's like, "I got new cat. New cat's here. This is great. I haven't fought with her yet. I love this new cat." Because very similar features, look very similar. You're like, "Oh, I haven't fought with you. This is my new favorite cat. I'm excited." He literally said, like, "Is this new?" Which is so degrading, but super awkward to like introduce yourselves because he's like, "Hey, I'm Dale," as they're like dancing and supposed to be doing some kind of
Yeah.
mating call. Very uncomfortable. Didn't like that at all.
Yeah, this is where they should have actually taken a page from Love Island's book, and brought in Alisha after all the guys went as like a kind of a more bombshelly than just bring her in at the very start with the girls, and then one by one the guys are kind of like, oh, there's a new girl there, and
Mm-hmm.
also like obviously they were disguised, but you could tell it was Alisha. Should we go to Alicia? Should we like just call it, or should we
I
just
want to stick with Alisha at this point.
yeah,
It's kind of our
Alicia.
thing. I hope
Yeah,
she doesn't mind.
it's probably good.
If she
Um,
minds, we'll change it. Only her opinion matters in this, though.
I mean, yeah, it's fair. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of weird how they brought him in. I also what I didn't like about the date was the whole premise of if their bird dance or mating call, fancies you, then get up and dance with them. Just make it like a performance thing. Don't make it a get up and dance with them if you kind of like them. Because then with the Goldens, all of the Goldens and all of the young people just got up and danced with the Goldens after they
Yeah.
did their little show, which it was just Kim and Keith, granted, but still, I don't know. It was just that part was weird about it, and the whole judging, like Hannah Brown and Wells judging. I get you're trying to use Hannah Brown, that we've been on you for that, but
Yeah. They didn't even use her.
yeah,
She was a judge in this, and she was on screen for 5 seconds.
yeah, and I I guess Parisa and Brian won. I sure. I
Sure,
don't.
I guess.
I think that was like a producer in the ear being like, give it to him. But Spencer and Jess, let's not act like they don't probably deserve the VIP suite more than anybody at this point. Why haven't they gotten that chance?
Yeah.
You know, like come on.
And
Let's.
also,
This is
um,
love by the one another. You're trying to get relationships out of this, people.
it sounds like Parisa and Brian have had plenty of alone time before this because he mentions how Parisa hadn't had a roommate this entire time, and Brian isn't shying away from the fact that he likes to flock, and he said he's been flocking. And then they get to the VIP, and they're like, "Bed's there." Not they. Brian
Flocking
is
there.
like, "Bed. We're gonna flock there. We're gonna flock there. We're gonna flock here, there. Hot tub flock, pool flock."
Yeah.
Brian.
Mm.
Mm. Oh, he infuriates me so much. I can't stand him. Parisa, run. And I think she's starting to like see the
Fly away.
signs. Fly away. Spread your wings and fly, girl. You gotta get out of there. I, and so yeah, let's just go to the VIP, whatever.
Yeah. It was kind of crazy. Just, I think, you know, the whole flocking bit, that's funny. Using a play on words there. I think one time it's kind of funny,
One time.
especially if maybe it's with Parisa and they kind of did that in their little interview outside. They kind of made that joke together. But then Brian kept saying it and kept making those like sexual innuendos. Innuendos. What is that word? You know what? Innuendos. And
Yep.
it kind of was just uncomfortable to watch, even if like Parisa's cool about it and chill about it. I feel like it was still kind of uncomfortable as like a viewer. I don't know. Maybe that's just me and my like superior level of like emotional maturity and
Yeah, I think that's it.
but like I don't know. I think that was kind of weird and maybe a little bit like immature of Brian, but
You
I think
think?
that,
Yeah.
yeah. But that's Brian.
That's Brian. Again, Brian's gonna Brian. And they have this conversation in the pool or hot tub, wherever they are, that is just so unbelievably stupid.
Stupid, yeah, stupid.
So stupid. Parisa very much joking, like, hey, not joking in the sense that she wants to get to know him more, and like this is an opportunity, like, hey, we're gonna have some alone time. Let's like actually maybe get to know each other a little bit. So she jokingly is like, I don't even know your favorite color. What's your favorite color, Brian? Like in a playful, fun way. And he's like, the fuck did you just ask me?
Why the fuck would you ask me that? My favorite color? Who the
What,
fuck are you?
what, what are we doing? Like, you think I have a favorite color? You think me, Brian, favorite color? Why would I have one of those? Who do you think I am? I'm a man.
What's next? You gonna ask for my sign or my hometown? You gonna ask what I do for a living? You creep. You creep. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
God.
unbelievable. This is elementary. Elementary,
Yeah.
embarrassing. This is embarrassing that you're asking these questions.
God.
This is
I'm
absurd.
spitting on my mic. Yeah,
Just
no, that
an
was.
absurd reaction.
But I hate to play devil's advocate on Brian's side. Oh my
You
god, I hate to
cannot. You
play devil's.
cannot possibly.
But I'm going to.
defend
I'm
Brian.
going to here. It sounded like, at least from the Brian aspect or the interview part of it, it sounded like they already knew that about each other. And like she was asking again as more of like a in the playful way in the hot tub, kind of just being all cute and shit. And it sounded like Brian and Parisa already had those conversations, maybe off camera, and he didn't like how they were just saying them again, but on camera and stuff like that. And he was kind of like, like let's just enjoy the moment. But I still don't agree with it. And I think that's really stupid to get heated about literally somebody asking your favorite
Just
color.
answer the question.
Just
Like,
answer the question and then move on. Don't be like, don't ruin the whole time just because
Which it
somebody's
sounds like he did it.
trying to
It
be
sounds
cute
like
with you.
sounds like he still was able to flock because we found that out later. Unfortunately, we know too much. I know too much about Brian and Parisa.
It's just like be cute and shit. Like yeah, like let go of your ego for a second and be cute with the girl
Yeah.
you're like kind of I guess technically dating in a hot tub in a VIP suite. Like oh my god, let your guard down. Be cute for a bit and shit. Like holy shit, open up, man. It's not that
the
deep.
most. He's full Sigma Chi frat guy persona.
Jersey
and he
Shore.
refuses to drop the act. Just be cute and shit. Like it's not that hard.
Spencer did that day one. Spencer
Yeah.
dropped the act day. Well, it was never an act for Spencer.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like,
just
damn, we would have actually got some cute ass like banter and shit with him and Jess up in that hot tub, but instead we just get to watch Brian be Brian.
Which again, I think that's the point right there. It might not be an act. That might just be Brian. Which is so unfortunate for Brian.
Yeah.
That could just be him.
Yeah.
I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's like a cool guy persona he's trying for TV. Not loving that. I hope I'm wrong there, but
he's just buffing it up with the cameras.
It's tough. So those two start to see the cracks a little bit, or Parisa starts to see the cracks a little bit. Still flock, and we move on to the next. Oh no, still that night we had. Oh
my god! I just had to find. He's 34 years old.
Brian is.
Brian's only 2 years younger than Dale.
Brian's 34?
He's only 2 years younger than Dale. He's 34 years old.
That's so disappointing for men.
Yeah, it's a bad look for the squad.
Wow, that's really tough. Tough look for the men. Later on that night, more looks for men. The girls are really just putting on a masterclass. The men are just shit in the bed this entire season, to be honest. The
We'll
girls
get
are
him
showing a
next
lot
year.
more. Yeah, so it's next year, fellas. Come on. We have Jonathan, Alicia, Dale, and Kat with a little bit of drama here. So what's happening is Dale is starting to chat up Alicia because again, new Kat that I haven't fought with yet is here. I like this new Kat. Old Kat, who I have fought with, isn't liking the fact that I'm getting to know new Kat, aka Alicia, starting to chat. Which again, Kat does a decent job of holding it together. Now, there's a argument to be said, hey, new person, let him talk and see and explore. It's a dating show. But I think based off what Dale has been saying to her, he is acting differently according to that. He's contradicting himself a little bit because he's so vague, so he gets himself out of trouble that way. He remains so vague when he's like, he was asked, "Oh, are you interested in like going on a date with someone?" He's like, "Well, I'm not like interested, like I'm all in here, but like interested. What do you even mean by that? You know?" And he'll just like talk his way out of actually answering the question, so then he can justify going to talk to New Cat. So he talks to New Cat, and then Jonathan, being the little pot stir that he is, also wanting to be a girl's girl very badly, goes and talks to Kat and does it very incognito style, like, hey, give me a hug and I'll whisper in your ear so no one can catch that I'm telling you this, even though we're the only two people in this conversation right now. Whispers in Kat's ear, hey, by the way, Dale said that he wants to go on a date with Alicia just to see Kat sweat. Which he said. So in defense of Jonathan, he very clearly said that. So I don't like they should be able to show Kat that clip.
Yeah, that's where we need like a movie night esque kind of thing.
Yeah.
And also when that whole conversation was happening, and then Kat and Dale were confronting each other about what Jonathan said to her. I wish. Whoa.
Oh, no.
I wish that like the producers spammed that little clip of him saying it. You know, kind of like
Multiple
the.
times.
I think they did it the first time, and they like did it like a little rewind back to that clip. Do it every time. I think that's so funny, especially because it's like a 10-second clip. That needs to happen. But yeah, Jonathan's messy. Jonathan's messy for doing that. But at the same time, it's kind of like a bros before, or kind of like a, Kat's my friend. I'm going to need to let her know that. I don't think it's the thing you have to tell Kat if you hear that from the person that Kat's with. But if you have somewhat ulterior motives, is there a chance that this will break them up and I could be with Kat? Maybe. Let me tell her. So
there's a gray area. There's a gray area with what Jonathan did on whether he was right or wrong. Because, if he's that good of friends with Kat, he should probably say something and mention that. Also, there's the ulterior motives of potentially dating Kat after this. But someone who I don't think we can argue is in the right at all is our good pal, Jeremy, who is approached by Kat, and Kat goes, hey, did Dale say this? And just immediately, Jeremy just like, no, he didn't say that.
Did he say? He said no. Did he say that? No, I don't think he did.
Jeremy, word of advice: all you have to do in that situation, be like, I don't remember. Then your conscience is clear. I get maybe trying to protect Dale, but if the fact that Kat went directly to you and asked, I feel like you're in the clear to just be honest. It's not like he walked up Jonathan style and told Kat that. Kat approached him and asked.
Mm-hmm.
So he has no reason to lie. And again, just blatantly, this goes for Dale and Jeremy, blatantly lying on a reality TV show where there's cameras and microphones everywhere is the stupidest thing you could possibly do. Everything's recorded. You're not going to get away with it. Which again, I think Jeremy has the problem because he went so under the radar on Jen's season. Sometimes he forgets cameras are there. When he doesn't see it physically in front of him, he'll forget the camera's there. You saw that in his conversation with Brian when he's like, "Hey, I don't want the cameras to hear this," but like Susie, low key.
Hey, I don't want the cameras to hear this. This is not an on-camera conversation with camera on chest. Hey, but if
Susie,
like
Susie, Susie, Susie,
like
Susie,
if
Susie,
Susie was
Susie.
here, like I would propose to her on the spot or whatever he exactly said, which Brian's going to take that out of context and tell Bailey probably next episode. But
Yeah.
you're on camp. Like, what are you talking? What? Come on, Jeremy. You can be mad. You can be mad about how you're portrayed, but if you're saying these things, you got to imagine that like they might use them, especially if it's like kind of like that's some tea. That's some tea. Like you don't think they're gonna use that? Like you and Bailey are in a couple and you're talking about another girl.
Yeah, not a great look for Jer Bear there, but I think there will be a redemption arc. He'll come begging and crawling, hopefully back to Bailey and apologize, and hopefully everything works out there because we're rooting for him. We're rooting for our boy.
Yeah, because then we got the clip right after that of Bailey in her room talking with I don't know who she was talking about, and she was like,
I think Leia.
Yeah, and she was
Maybe.
like, I really like Jeremy. Like I would. I think she said like I would get engaged, right, or something like that.
Yeah, they were talking about engagement.
That's crazy. Like that's
crazy.
It's tough.
You think we get invited to that wedding? Probably not. We can try. I'll try hard.
We can
That'd be fun.
we could just probably be the flower girl.
Yeah, we'll crash it maybe. So Dale lies to Kat's face and says, "No, I didn't say that." And then he uses like the checklist of annoying like responses that guys use to avoid conflict. It was just guys being guys. It was just guy talk.
It was just locker room talk.
Yeah, we're just goofing around. We're just being funny. Somebody else must have said that, dude. It's like the checklist of like asshole responses to being approached with something you said, and it was so frustrating to watch. Dale, I think the biggest reason he's grinding my gears is that some of the gals have said about Dale, "Oh, I love that like he's older and he knows what he wants." No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He has no idea what he wants. He wants a newer version of Kat to just keep coming to the resort. He's like, "I'm gonna argue with you, new Kat comes. I'm gonna argue with you, new Kat comes." And he just wants that. He wants that cycle. So he doesn't know what he wants. He wants to talk about how awesome his life is, and then he wants to date someone who isn't going to get mad at him or call him out on his bullshit. That's what he wants.
I think we are officially canceling, or I think this officially wait, this officially deadeds dead. This deadeds deaded. I no okay. This episode deaded the Dale for Bachelor arc
Yes.
that some people thought was maybe going to come out of Paradise because obviously they're going to be renewing The Bachelor, and some people thought if they'd get a famous alumni, and Dale's kind of that older, hot, kind of part of the old generation of Bachelor Nation, but still has the younger nation love. This episode kind of ruined that, I think, and this maybe season as a whole. He hasn't been given the best edit. He said some things, got caught in some lies, been caught in some drama. He's not going to be the next Bachelor. I don't think there's a path anymore for Dale being the next Bachelor.
Yeah, no, I don't think there is. I think the take I'm kind of working through in my head is not to defend Dale, but in defense of Dale, I think it's really hard for like that. I think it's really hard
playing
for
devil's advocate for change.
a little bit. I'm trying a little bit of devil's advocate. I think it's hard for hot people not to suck because your whole life you're just hot and you get a lot of things. You get what you want. Life's a little easier. You glide through life. So I think it's hard not to suck if you're hot. So like it's almost like nature versus nurture. If you grow up being hot, you might suck. But that's the price you pay for being hot. Sometimes other people got to be funny. They got to have a great personality. Because you have to.
That was so deep. Why that was like so. I honestly
Socrates.
Are you? Yeah. Are you sure you're not Socrates? Like you actually might be. You might be.
Hot
a great
people
philosopher.
suck.
So, but like actually, like a theory I was working with is that like hot people like kind of suck because they have no hardship in life because they're always just hot.
It's
That's
life on
crazy.
easy mode. It's life on easy mode. I don't know. I'm workshopping that one a little bit. Don't hold me to
Mhm.
that. Maybe
Yeah,
think there's a little bit of
let's
truth
keep
there.
that in the workshop for a bit
Yeah.
until that's finally tuned.
Yeah, it's not perfect yet. So yeah, Dale's just lying to Kat. Jonathan wants to be everyone's friend at this point, and
And then after Dale and Kat talk and kind of work through it, at least for the time being, Dale hits her with a forehead kiss.
oh,
That's crazy. That because a forehead
criminal.
kiss, like you hear the classic like thing on TikTok where it's like guys the second before they ghost you, and it's just like the most toxic thing ever. It's just like the forehead kiss.
Oh,
You can't do a forehead kiss if you're just gonna straight up lie to her face and then
yeah.
just be like, oh, I'll just band-aid kiss her on the forehead. I don't know why I kissed. That was weird.
I didn't like that.
It's kind of like that one meme where it's like the water rushing out, and then the guy puts like the tape on it.
Forehead
And it's like
kiss.
forehead kiss. It's like all of Kat's and Dale's
Yeah.
issues. Forehead kiss. Like
Kiss.
that's not how it works, and that's
No.
pretty toxic for you to just slap that on there and do that with, all of the toxic and lying you straight up just did to her face. So.
And the unfortunate thing is, it kind of worked.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It put the Band-Aid worked, and they went to bed somewhat happy until it kept snowballing a little bit. But I don't know. It's unfortunate that is continuing to happen to Kat. They just keep pressing Kat's buttons to see if she's gonna flip, and I hope she holds it together. All right, so moving on to kind of the last parts of the episode. After the dates and everything, people go to bed. Kim had a little bit of a
Yeah,
rough night. Our
yeah,
man almost about had a heart attack. Like,
yeah.
he had a
That's
heart
crazy.
attack, and the only thing he's worried about is a date with Faith. The man was just, that's true love. That's
Yeah,
love. He was like, I almost died, but I might have missed out on a chance to go on a date with Faith, which might be worse.
yeah.
And that's love.
They kind of not saying they glossed over a literal heart attack scare, but they kind of glossed over it in a sense. Like they could have really made it seem more serious than they did because it's a very serious thing. You have, an older generation of people on the beach that realistically could have some problems, whether it's heart, whether it's other issues. That's very, very serious. And I don't know, that kind of seemed like they glossed over it a bit. Obviously, it was great for them to send him to the medical facility like the day after and be like, "Hey, I don't care that you want to be on this resort. I don't care you want to be on this date. You need to like
Yeah,
make sure
liability
you're
issues.
all
We
right.
got
Yeah, you gotta. We want to make sure you're okay. So shout out for them doing that instead of just forcing him to go on the date when he was probably on like an hour of sleep or something like that. But that
yeah.
was
Imagine he almost has a heart attack, has no sleep, and then he has to go horseback riding, which isn't like a low energy, like
yeah.
low
You're
heart rate date.
right.
Yeah,
You're just going
it's a
like
little
that.
bit stressful. I don't know. Maybe if
I've
you're not a
never
horseback rider.
I've never rode a horse, so
I think
re-
I have at some point when I was little. But yeah, they did gloss over it. I don't know how much you could like talk about it without making it HIPAA violation, by the way, also. So I don't know how
yeah,
much they could really dive into it. But it was funny when he returned and everyone was asking like, oh, like how's your heart? Which like in the context of the show usually means something different, but they were like literally like, how is your heart?
yeah,
Like, are you okay physically, not emotionally? Which was very funny.
yeah,
So Faith ends up going on a date with Kathy. She takes Kathy on the date, which is such a slap in the face to Keith because Keith is sitting there. Gary just went on a date with Nancy. Keith is in there, even if there's no emotional connection to Faith at all. You have Keith sitting there. Kim's having a heart attack. Gary just went on a date with Nancy. Keith is like, all right, I'm the last one here. We'll just go on this date for fun. And Faith immediately just like, nah, I'm going to take Kathy. Kathy's my girl. We're going to get her over her fear of horseback riding.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I think that was the most wholesome part of the episode, to be honest. we just got a health scare, and then we just got a wholesome like little friend date activity thing. Keith, I don't think he needed to go on that date. He already said he's kind of full in on Nancy, and even if Nancy's not really into him, but um, yeah, I mean that was cute. Kathy clearly is probably going to be leaving the next rose ceremony because Keith's into Nancy. So it's cool to like see Faith do that. What I didn't like about it was really like that's the date we're going with for Faith. Like she rode in on a horse, and then your date card's a horse. Can we like get creative at all? Like, come on, people. Like we get it. She has horses. She's a horse girl. She likes doing that. But if that's the only thing you're gonna make her do is like, yeah, Faith, that's horse girl. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You're gonna ride a horse in, and then you're gonna go on a date. You're also gonna ride a horse there. Come on.
Yeah. No, they didn't really. They're one trick pony, you might say.
Good
Yeah, come on now. Last thing we can talk about, and one thing we glossed over, or by glossing over, I mean we didn't talk about at all. Jill. So Sean and Alicia go on this date. I feel bad now because we did exactly what Sean did during the Birds of Paradise date. We just totally forgot about Jill, and
Mhm.
unfortunately, Jill is. I felt really bad for Jill in this situation, and I give her a lot of credit for realizing, hey, my person's not here. She's probably looking around like, I'm not really friends with any of these people. I'm from older seasons. These are all kind of newbies. My friends are gone. Susie, Justin, they're gone. My person isn't here. I'm not going to get married to Sean. I'm just going to leave. So I give her credit for leaving on her own accord. Jill's like a very self-assured and confident person in who she is. Like she's a very unique individual. She's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, which is like kind of the problem with this type of show where you benefit the most if you're kind of bland and generic and can like fall for different people. Like if you're like available for multiple
That's
types of people.
yeah. I mean that's kind of crazy, but I get
Not
what you mean.
not bland. I'm trying to think of a better way to phrase it. Like
You're
there's some people
compatible
like
with a lot of people. You're
yes,
compatible with a lot of people.
yes, that's a better way to put it. I just think Jill, there's a certain type of person who would love Jill. That type of person is not on the beach or not at the
Oh,
resort right now.
100%.
So
That
I give
person
her
was on
credit.
the beach for one. That person was on the beach for 1 day or 2 days, and that was Hakeem. We said it, and we'll say it again.
I stand by it.
What I didn't like about Jill's exit, which one I'm sure the producers didn't like because they don't like when people leave on their own accord, but it was kind of nice where she was like, "Hey, Sean, I clearly know you like other people more than me. I'm gonna just leave." I didn't like how they cut the part of that conversation that Sean clearly probably hit her with like a, "Hey, like I'm so sorry," and
Yeah.
kind of reassuring her, and probably said some like very good things. They just didn't show that at all, and I think that doesn't help Sean's edit
Yeah.
because while we're talking about edits and everything like that, all the dudes have pretty much got the short end of the stick in terms of editing wise. You could have at least tried to have somewhat of a good edit for Sean. Out of all the dudes here, him and Spencer are the only people I feel like with decent edits so
And
far.
Spencer doesn't have an edit because he's not on camera.
Yeah, and they don't even show the Spencer and Jess relationship, which
Yeah.
again, and they made, oh my god, I don't know if you saw Spencer's post on Instagram. I think last week before the episode, but he made a post saying like four pictures from Paradise for the 4 minutes of airtime or something something like that, or something like that. I was like, that was funny. You know, you're playing into the bit, and obviously, I think they'll get more into their storyline. But I still don't like how they just were like, oh, Spencer and Jess are coupled up. Let's not show them at all. That's weird. That's weird, especially if you want relationships to come from the show.
Last thing we'll talk about here is Alicia making probably the smart play to take Sean on this date. It's a good hedge your bet. I'm gonna take Sean, probably get his rose, and then have more time to talk with Dale. Because if you go for Dale now, it's winner take all. You may be going home the next day. You go for Sean, you at least stick around for a couple more days, can kind of play the field a little bit more strategic. So she goes on the date with Sean. They have like their like five senses picnic, which is just incredibly low budget date here. They're just like, put a table in front of you, figure it out.
Smell me. Smell like a warm Christmas morning.
And then Sean tried to pull the like, oh, you got something on your lips there. And she was like, no, I don't. Yeah. He's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah,
like,
actually.
it's not going to, I don't think that's going to be a.
In the last sense, taste. Pucker up. Let me get a taste. That's kind of like what it was.
Literally what it was.
Oh, I do want to give a shout out. Sean mentioned boom whackers. A boom whacker mention is crazy. I love those things growing up.
Nice.
Yeah,
good for Sean. I don't see Sean and Alicia being a thing long term. I think she is doing to Sean what Sean just did to Jill.
I don't think it's that. I think it's got a better chance than that. But I think Alicia saying, yo, Sean is kind of reminds me of every single one of my exes.
Mm-hmm.
Not the best look for Sean.
Yeah, hard to come back from that. Hard to come back from that one. And then Sean, when he was talking about himself to her, that was hilarious. He's like, yeah, so I got all these awesome qualities from my mom. And then also from my dad, I also got a bunch of awesome qualities. So like, I'm kind of awesome.
Yeah, I'm kind of just like perfect. So some people say I'm kind of like Ken, you know, kind of like a Barbie doll, like kind of perfect Barbie doll Ken. You know, I've got all these super sick qualities, and I'm like super sick.
So like weaknesses, you ask about weaknesses. I would say I love too hard, work too hard, and I'm too patient.
I'm too sexy. I've got too good of hair. My beard's too good.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I'm just like too cool. Maybe that's my weakness is that
for sure. Good. And so hey, you got the date with Alicia, so it worked. All right, we'll kind of wrap up there. The ending of the episode was girl talk, talking about Dale, Kat. It really was a whole lot of nothing because then they're like, Kat shows up, be quiet, don't talk about it. So that'll bubble over in the next episode, so we can talk about it more there. Prediction for you. Which 3 golden gals get a rose next week?
Keith gives it to Nancy. I think order, it will be Kim goes first, gives it to Faith because that seems kind of like the most layup right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they have Keith go next because that's less dramatic with Keith because Gary's the top dog. And Keith gives it to Nancy. And then it'll be Gary and they'll have like the whole drama. Is it Leslie? Is it Natasha? Or, Nancy was just kind of taken.
Yeah.
But I think he'll give it to Leslie.
Yeah.
I think
it's my exact prediction.
It's still Leslie.
I think that's still Leslie. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I fully agree.
And then no younger gals go home.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Is it
no
even
younger
amount?
gals go home. There's even amount because Jill left on her own accord.
Oh,
and Alicia is the only one that came in.
Good point.
So.
All right. Well, we will find out next week. Anything else from the episode?
Probably some sick, funny quotes that I wrote down. They did like this quick like melatonin meme. It was like when the melatonin hits.
Yeah, and that was such a weird edit.
Yeah, they've never done something like that. They just like made a meme middle. That was very like Gen Z TikTok-esque style editing. They're experiencing with it. Like that was pretty cool.
I forgot about that. That was very strange. I thought my like I was watching my phone. My phone like messed up. I was like, wait, that was very weird.
Yeah. So that was interesting. I do want to say I watched. So no, never mind.
Okay, we'll wrap up there. Thanks everyone for watching this recap or listening wherever you're listening. Make sure to like the video if you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to. We'll see you next week. Peace. Thanks for watching this episode of BachMakers. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider joining our Patreon page linked in the description below. It's $5, cup of coffee, and it helps support us a ton. Thank you, and maybe we'll see you next week.
Yeah, and from next week on the BachMakers, we shave Wyatt's head off.
Maybe. Only one way to find out.
By tuning in.
That was implied.
Back to you in the studio.
And cut.
Thanks, Julianne.